extra towels. I drip dry.
She drip dry.
Welcome to the Drip Dry Podcast, where we let it all hang out. I'm your girl, Jasmine Christine.
I'm Faith Marie.
And I am Maya Monet.
And if you're tuning in, you are in part 2 of the controversial topics. I'm sure if you watched part 1, you were like, these girls are crazy. Well, we're back at it again, so you're going to get a part 2. And it gets even more spicy, so you got to stay tuned. Let's go.
The next question that I have for you all is, do you identify as African American or Latin American or just American, like Raven Simone?
Does she say that?
Yes.
I knew
Controversial topic on it.
of
I
her
didn't
saying
know
she's
that.
an American.
She was
like
on,
everybody kept saying she said she ain't black. She said
The
she ain't
View.
black. She ain't.
She was on The View.
She said she wasn't
No,
black.
She doesn't identify as African
But
American.
she
identifies as just
American. The very first episode, the very first interview
actually
she
makes
did where
sense
she
to me.
said that was with Oprah Winfrey. And
Okay.
Oprah
Yes.
was like, that was the very first time she ever said it. And Oprah was like, you gotta clear it up. She was like, I'm not
Mm-hmm.
unapologetically.
She's
she
not
was
African.
like, I am from.
I mean, she is
from-
an African.
She was like, I don't really know where all of my roots trace back to. I don't know. She was like,
Yeah,
well, I don't want people to look at me and see African American. I am an American citizen.
Yeah,
I'm an American
she's an
citizen.
American. Yeah, I get that. That
Before
makes
I
sense
watched
to
it,
me.
I'm like, they don't sound like Raven Smart. Everybody, now well, claim her. She ain't black. She ain't black. She said she ain't black. I'm like, what are y'all talking
She did
about?
not say she wasn't.
But I
Yeah,
knew
she knows she's
something
black.
told me. Let me
Go get the context.
Yeah.
Go get the context.
Okay, that makes sense because I would identify as both. If you wanted to call me Latin American, I am Latin American.
Because you are both.
I am Spanish, I'm Puerto Rican, but I didn't grow up that way. That's not my culture. My culture is American. It's very Americanized, and I'm like every day try to dip more into that culture, whether it's learning new Spanish or learning different foods and, changing some things that I do.
Mhm.
I want to be in that culture. I just wasn't because that's just not how I was raised.
Mhm.
But I want to be. So I would love to be considered a Latin American. I think depending on who you ask, they would say, that girl is not Latin.
Mm-hmm.
But some would say, but she is. She
Just
tries.
because of
I
like
was
what
gonna.
your makeup is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Your
but
exterior.
yeah, but
Your
I
uniform,
wouldn't be
your
upset
exterior.
being called just American. I wouldn't be upset by that because I'm very
American.
very American. Like
that's how we were.
I'm very whitewashed. I'm very whitewashed.
But I feel like, I don't know. There's a lot. It's a loaded topic because I completely get what she's saying, but I still would identify as African American. Honestly, they say African. Never mind. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Maybe she just doesn't
Um,
take pride in being or wanting to learn about being African American or her culture, where she comes from. Maybe she just doesn't care and she's just wants to be American, which is totally fine.
Well, she breaks
But-
it down. Like she goes into depth.
Oh yeah, see, I didn't watch any of that, so I don't.
But it's
I don't
only
know.
like 60, like it's like her going into depth about it and going in, like she went in hard. It wasn't no play around or beat around the bush.
Okay.
Like
Well, I'm
she
sure if
went
you
in
make
and
a statement like that.
and she had to go. I think she had to push the envelope so as hard as she did because Oprah was like, "Don't say that. You better
Yeah,
clear
she
it up,
was
or
like,
you
you're
better."
gonna get canceled.
and she's like,
I don't need to apologize for anything. She's like,
Yeah.
that's my view. Like,
She's like, honestly, I
don't
know
have-
I am black. I know I'm black.
Yeah.
But to say that I'm African American,
That's the thing.
Yeah.
People get confused
mm-hmm.
saying I'm black with African American and they mix the
Descent.
two together.
Yeah.
And that's technically not accurate.
the same.
Exactly. My
It's
dad
not.
is an islander. He is not from Africa. So technically my dad is not African American.
He's not. He's Islander American.
Yes.
So
it's
both.
so I
American.
totally understood where she was coming from, but
Yeah.
of course when somebody takes, a snippet of what you say and then just posts it on the internet, then
Like they
people go
always
crazy.
do. Like
Yeah.
that's
Right,
the-
it's like their job to do that, and
Yeah.
it's like, you need to read into the text. But even if you just think about it as a blanket statement, if you were born here and your parents weren't somebody who came from somewhere else, like
Then
just
you
like
are.
your parents, particularly.
Like
and
first generation, second
right, like
generation
you
type.
were born here in
over here,
America.
fresh off the boat.
You're
situation.
American, and there's nothing wrong with saying I'm just American. But you know, like when you go to fill out forms of like
Yeah.
your
that's
job
so
and stuff like
hard.
that, on there it doesn't have an option that just says American. It's you're either
White,
Caucasian
Yeah.
or it'll say Caucasian white.
Mhm.
And then for African American it'll say black or African American, because they know some people will just say I'm just black. I'm not African American. So I don't
never
think
know what to say because I'm neither of those.
And you usually have a box to
So,
say without Latin descent or with Latin descent when they ask that
sometimes
question.
depends.
Yeah, it depends,
Or
but
to say,
mostly it's like Pacific
Hispanic.
Islander. And then,
Oh,
well, they'll
yeah,
have like
yeah.
white, black, Pacific Islander,
Latin is
Asian,
always
and then in a separate
Box.
It
It
is
is always
Hispanic,
like,
yes
yeah.
or no.
Mm-hmm.
But in the
It
first
is
box, I'm
always
like,
a
I
separate
don't know.
I wonder what it is. They put y'all in a big box. You come down here.
We're separate. We're separate.
You come
I
in
don't-
this
We need to
Yeah.
know specific.
We need to okay. Is it Latino or black? What do you got in there?
We got it.
But I also think that just because you're born in America, you could just live here, but you're just African, or you're just Asian, or just Chinese. You just live in America.
Mhm.
But you have to say you're Chinese American because you live in America. So the government papers, you'd have to say that you're American, but actually you may not identify as American at all.
Cause see, this the thing. When you go over to other countries, do they say that? Is that on the paper?
Trevor Noah touches on these topics all the time.
Like-
other countries living in other countries and how America is like a broken girlfriend.
Like if I lived in Africa, would I be like, and I'm somebody who was American and I go over there, so would my first part be I'm American African? Like that don't sound right.
You would just be African.
Or we could just say I'm black, I'm white, I'm Asian, who cares if it's African
I'm black,
American?
white,
Who
brown, Puerto Rican.
I want to know what makes a difference of me saying I'm African American?
I think it's just for statistics.
Mm-hmm.
It's for polls.
It's for stats.
It's the government.
Yeah.
You should just
Once
say-
again, we come back.
The government.
Mm.
That's it. But you
Propaganda.
it's 2024. You can be whatever you want to be.
Period.
You're not African American. You're not African American. Okay, you black.
I identify
As
as
gorgeous.
vampire.
Period.
You could. I would.
She's
maybe look at
sucking
you
blood.
weird, but you could. I'd still be your
I
friend. I still love
identify
you.
as
I still be your friend.
Little Mermaid.
I still love you.
Little Mermaid.
So, y'all know Beyonce's country album came out, and the controversial topic of people either love it or hate it. But honestly, even before she even came out with the country album, people either love Beyonce or you hate Beyonce.
or they hate her.
And they
hate her.
just they will die on that hill of Beyonce's not a good singer, blah blah blah. But I've also heard, just in the sense of us talking about her country album, people saying that she's not country, she can't make a country album. One girl even said like, you know, you're not doing well in your own genre, you have to come over to ours. And my first reaction is,
She's from Texas.
she's from Texas. She is country, but people like to own a genre to a certain race. And I don't think that that's accurate, because you need to go back to the facts of where did that originate from.
Country music came from the blues, which came from folk music, which came from black people. That's
So
I
you need to
didn't
go
even look
from,
at it like that. I didn't look at her ethnicity or her.
most people did though, and so
Oh,
that's
that,
why
that was the
No, there's
that
so many black people that sing country
but
music.
Thank you,
Beyonce,
but-
since it's
So that's why when
Beyonce,
that girl made that statement, of course the girl who made the statement was white. She said, you weren't doing well in your genre, so you had to come over to ours.
I agree with that.
I'm sorry, hours.
I agree with that when it comes
That's
to
the
money.
problem. That's the
Hours.
problem.
Oh, the hours.
Define
No.
hours because
That's the
technically
problem
you
with the
Hours is
statement.
incorrect.
Stolen.
You're absolutely right.
That's
Hours
the
is
statement.
incorrect. I don't think it has anything to do with her being black or white. There's so many black people that are in the country business,
Scene.
the country scene, and it's great. It's fantastic music. What I don't agree
I love me
with
some
is
Britney
Beyonce
McIntyre.
being here and then venturing over to country. I am like low-key offended by it. I think it is trash. I think that Beyonce absolutely should stay in her freaking lane, and she is just trying to get more money by moving into country. I think it is absolute. It upsets me.
Did
It
y'all
highly
ever
upsets
just
me.
think
Now I
that
wanna
she
ask you-
wanted to go back to her roots?
She has made country songs before, but what I want to bring up is what you said about staying in her lane here and venturing off. Do you feel the same way about Taylor Swift? Because Taylor Swift did not start in the same thing.
Or
She
Katy
moved over
Perry,
somewhere
or
else.
Miley Cyrus.
So she's not the
or
first person to
in
do
a
that.
club
So, or no, do you
with
think
my
that same
J's
way?
everybody thought that song
I
was the shit.
think there's a difference. Beyonce isn't doing it because now she's just gonna be full country and she was trying to figure herself out. That is not why Beyonce moved. Beyonce moved because it makes money.
But listen, I
Oh,
don't
really?
think
Yes.
when it comes to artistry, it's never. That's what people don't understand about
Maybe.
creatives and music. I'm not bound to one. That's like saying you're all in art class and you chose pink paint, so I don't want to ever see you touch the red paint ever. Don't
No.
touch it. You chose pink
It's
and
fine,
stay with
maybe
your.
like a couple of
creative-
country songs, but she is making her whole identity as a.
No, I don't
Now
think it's
not
her whole
an
identity. I think it's an
for the
error.
album.
People have
For
errors.
the album.
They move in. I haven't listened to the
Yeah,
album.
maybe.
I haven't listened to the album.
I'm not gonna say
Honestly, I
listen-
don't.
I don't like
I don't.
all of them.
No, it's
I don't
trash.
think I
That's
would.
why.
I
mean,
think there
gosh.
are some songs that are on there that I'm like,
That are
I
cool,
like it.
but
This is catchy.
I'm not.
But I'm also not a country singer. So
But I am.
or
I
not
like
singer.
country music.
I'm not a like, oh, I
listen
play
to-
all the country music. But there are certain songs that she made. Like she's made country songs before, like Daddy Lessons. That was a country song.
Now that was a
That
song
was-
from. That
I
was a
liked
song
that.
from the. That's what I will say. That was a song that I felt like, even though she didn't write it, it was a writer who wrote it for her.
Mhm.
I felt like that was more of a song that she sung from her heart. Like her heart was involved. I feel like this whole album is just like something to just
It's money.
push out. Like, I
Money.
don't feel like when I listen to country music, because I love
To
country
get
music,
attention.
country music is about feelings. It's about what you feel when you listen to it. Whatever it is. It's about Jolene. She recreated Jolene, Dolly Parton's Jolene. Jolene is a specific story.
Her.
Right,
Like-
but have you seen the clip that Jolene wanted her to remake the song?
Dolly Parton wanted her to
Yes.
remake the song.
Yes.
But she also,
She specifically said, I would love to hear Beyonce recreate this song.
which is probably
Dolly Parton
why-
is actually if you look at the credentials on the song, she helped her with the song.
But what I'm saying is that's in the category of, okay, it's that one song, but that's just like her writing I will always love you, and Whitney giving it to Whitney Houston, and Whitney Houston taking off
so
with it.
sorry.
But for you to do like a whole album, to me, I felt like it was just like rushed, because it was like
Do you know how long it took her to make the album?
I don't, but I'm saying from feeling wise. When I listen to country music, I listen to it for the feeling. I listen to it from what I feel from country music, no matter who it is. They could be white, they could be black, they could be whatever. It could
So
be
you
a
just
woman, it could be a
didn't like the
man.
feeling.
I don't feel anything. I feel like it's
And
just
that's okay.
like restaurant music. Like you sit in a restaurant and you hear it over the
I can
background.
understand that.
I do.
But I love a lot of the albums that she did. I love a lot of her work. I mean,
But this album was
and
not rushed.
I don't think it
3 years in the
was.
making.
I don't think it was.
I'm sorry, that's so embarrassing. I'm sorry. I think that is trash.
Yeah,
But
I don't-
No.
in a sense of, because she got so much backlash for even the few songs she did put, and she put it on the album, and they're like, well, you're not a country singer.
But to
Tell somebody they're not something else.
The CMT Awards.
I mean,
when she
agree.
performed with
Who
the
am I
Dixie
to tell
Chicks,
her?
the CMT, and everybody was mad. They were pissed that she performed with the Dixie Chicks at the CMT Awards, and it was like, how y'all gonna be mad at her? She is
She is
She's
from the
literally
South. She's
country.
Right.
I get
So-
it. And who am I to tell her like what art she can put out and
I just
and
feel like
what
the
not,
work
where she
wasn't
should
good, like-
stay in. And I understand where you were coming from when you said like, well, look at Taylor Swift. She goes into all these different genres, all these different
Absolutely.
eras.
Katy
And
Perry.
she ends up getting awards in all other categories
Sure.
that other people who have maybe been in that category longer have not gotten the recognition that they want to get. So
Yeah.
it's like then people want to say, well, why is Taylor Swift coming over here and she's supposed to be a pop girl or she was a country, you know what I'm saying? And she's going back and forth.
When I look at
nobody
Taylor
has
Swift,
the
I
same-
look at her like she was just trying to figure out what her style of music was, and she took off with pop. And I still feel like even though they're different eras, it was still all pop music. After that, there was country, and then there was just pop after that.
So you don't think she's dibble-dabbled back into country?
I'm sure
in any of her songs?
I'm sure she does. I'm
Mhm.
sure she does. There's a few songs, but I think she is known as a pop star. I think Beyonce should stay a pop star. I think it's I still think
Is
it's just a
Beyonce
money
considered
thing.
No, she's not considered pop.
What is she considered? R&B?
She's considered, I think, in between, because I've seen her in a couple different categories, and when they do the awards thing, like, because she's had R&B, and I would say she's more of an R&B slash what's that other genre that Destiny's Child was technically in? Because I don't think they were considered pop.
No, they weren't pop.
What is the other name? It's not pop. It's
Hip-hop?
It's not R&B. It's not hip hop.
It's-
I'm drawing a blank.
Maybe that's the point. We don't know
But
what
there
genre
is
she doesn't want to be
there is a
included
cat-
as a
there
genre.
Right,
is
and,
a
and I feel like
category.
that's okay. And the
No,
only
that's
reason
fine.
the only reason why I say that is because a lot of people who are entrepreneurs, what am I saying?
That one.
People who are an entrepreneur, they're not necessarily stuck in I can only make products for this one line.
Yeah.
People will have multiple streams of income, and I think people get confused that just because she put in an album that's a country album, that now she's just going to be a country person.
No, I just don't
I
feel like
think
it's
it's-
genuine. That's why I don't like
I
it.
didn't.
It's not
I didn't
genuine.
feel
It's
like
for money. It's a money grab. Somebody came to her and said, "What if you did an all country album because they're making a lot of money right now, and you could get a lot of attention for this, and people will start talking about you again."
People
But
have always
that's
been
it.
talking.
But they
People
was
have
already
always
talking
been
about
her.
I
She's
know,
never
but
gotten
honestly, she
like Renaissance still doing numbers.
period.
that album was
Renaissance-
trash as well.
But you
I
don't.
don't think I
You're
like Beyonce.
you're not a Beyonce
No.
fan like that. You like certain
I like her
songs.
old stuff.
The way
I jam out to some Beyonce, but Renaissance was like 80s techno music, and then all of a sudden you come out with an all country album. That makes no
That
fucking
shows
sense to
the
me other
range
than
of her
money.
She's
artistry.
willing to show her
As
range
an
because
artist,
she can.
as an artist.
That there's
But when you think about it,
They're
people
trying to put her
aren't
in a
thinking about
box,
it. Yeah,
and I
people
don't-
aren't thinking about it from an artist.
but it
can't
has
be
to
put
be
into-
genuine.
How do you know she's not genuine?
I
though?
just
that's
don't
the
feel
part
it.
that's
Because
like,
I don't feel it.
and that's subject to you.
I agree. It is
Which
subject
is
to
why
me.
the topic's
This is
controversial.
my opinion.
Yes, it's very
Which is why
controversial.
this topic's controversial.
Yes,
Yay.
because
Oh.
people want to put her in a box, and I'm not gonna say I'm like gung ho. I'm like the biggest Beyonce fan in the whole entire world. Like Beyonce can do no wrong. I'm not that person, like at all. But I'm very.
You respect bodies of work. You respect an
I'm
artist.
very much of like
their
you-
work. She put in the work, giving them recognition, acknowledging all the time.
I'm a facts person. To me, it's the facts. So when somebody says she rushed the album, she put it out. The album took.
No, I didn't say she rushed it. I said
No,
it seemed like it.
I'm not saying you in particular. I watched several videos on
Really?
TikTok. Every time I get on TikTok, it's something about her album.
When you
But
say
see-
it took 3 years, that is facts. But when I hear that, I hear you were so strategic in what you put out that you had to plan it out 3 years ahead of time. You knew at the Grammys or whatever you were gonna wear this cowboy hat and have everybody freaking out.
Because that's what her album was coming out
But
with.
that's just
Yeah,
like
it's a-
actors.
but
they
she-
get in
she
touch
did
with
that-
their-
she did that with her
everybody,
album
They
before
have
that.
to channel.
Everybody does
They
that.
have to
I
channel
just-
their lane for a while.
I don't know.
She didn't like
she's not a big Beyonce fan like that for any of her newer stuff.
No.
So I knew she wasn't gonna like that when it came out. But it's, to me, I'm a facts person. Facts is she was born in Texas. You can't say that she's not a country person.
I'm
so you
born in
can't tell her
Missouri,
to say.
and I don't like casserole.
But
Nobody in Missouri does. Ugh.
casseroles.
I feel like everybody in Missouri makes casseroles.
Ew.
I'm not making.
Midwest people are known for making casseroles.
That might be
In my
a
opinion.
Midwestern thing, but that doesn't mean you like it. What I'm saying is,
Exactly. She doesn't need to do country music just because she's from Texas.
Right, she likes it.
But she is
She
country.
wants to do it. So when people say,
that's like somebody telling you if you ever decided you was gonna come out with a Mexican album or a Hispanic album or a
or you just
Dominican
wanted to
album.
start, you,
But if you got into your culture and you decided
Right.
that you actually love it, and
then
you
they'd be
wanted
like,
to,
who is she to come over here to, and you'd be like,
bitch,
well,
that's
I
my
like-
blood.
that's who I am. Now, just because the majority of my life I've been speaking, American, speaking English.
Like Selena, she didn't even know how to speak Spanish. She was singing in Spanish and couldn't speak it.
And you had to learn that. Or you're wanting to I want to go back to my roots. Her roots is country. That's where she was born. That's what she grew up on. Her family, her history. So now when she wants to go back to that, people are trying to say, oh, you can't come over here into our thing. Well, it's not a your thing. It's just country music. And even if she wanted to go, back and forth to that, that's okay. People are making this a very a strict line of you're R&B and you can't come over here.
That's not country music. What she put out is not country music. That is trash.
Like Beyoncé.
She landed
That's
on
okay.
thick.
I understand that.
It's not country music.
She landed on
She doesn't
thick.
feel it. She doesn't like the
I
country
know.
music.
It's not her vibe.
I love country music, and that is not it.
That's
I'm
the
not a
thing.
country music
She really,
fan.
and that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is for people who truly love country music. They feel like this isn't genuine country music because it doesn't have a genuine country music feel. It has a Texas Roadhouse feel.
It's pop music.
I think she
with
also
some
tried
twang
to.
in it. Like,
yeah,
she's
I think she
making
tried
fun
to.
of it. Is what it sounds like.
Oh no, I don't think making fun of it.
It
I think
sounds like
if
she's making fun of
anything,
it.
she's trying to infuse what she would normally do into country music because that
She's trying to marry the two.
Yeah, she's trying to
Maybe
infuse. Well, yeah, I
marry
would.
the two.
Cause let's be honest, if the same artists keep putting out the same shit, you're gonna be like, okay.
They always say They always say try something new, try something different.
Right, you like, okay, how many times are we gonna say we gonna
Maybe
be
that's
doing
what I
it
don't
all
like,
night?
because if you think about Ariana Grande, she is my favorite artist of all time. I would live, die, breathe Ariana Grande forever. But I don't like her new album.
Except the new album.
The new album does not sound the same at all, and I don't like it. There's
It's
two
giving
songs
very
maybe
much
that I like,
bitch.
but I don't. No, see, I think it's just like I don't know what.
Like she just put something out.
You
No,
like the
I
music
don't think she
back
worked
from
hard on it,
the
but
early 2000s.
I like when people stay in their lane.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I've come to the conclusion. Stay
And
in
I
your
was-
motherfucking lane.
This the thing. The lane that she wants to put you in.
Yeah.
No, the lane that you've
The-
been giving us this whole time, and then out of nowhere you change. It's like that is
Stay the same.
no.
Don't grow.
She
Don't
think-
change. Stay the same.
Nah. This
Once
is what
you
it
grow,
is.
don't go outside of your
Grow
comfort
within your lane.
Let me tell you something. Her highway for your lane is a one-way street. It's a one-way lane.
zone. Yeah.
Her
don't
lane is
move.
not a highway. She's not giving you a highway to say, my highway includes
No, you get some
R&B,
speed bumps.
it
and that's
includes country, it
She's
includes
decorating.
this,
the
it includes
room.
me going into hair
Like, if
care, it
Ariana
includes
Grande
me-
came out with a country album, I would throw up. No,
But what if
But she's not from the South.
What if
But
she?
she's not from the South.
no,
That's the
but
thing.
I'm
Even
just
if she's
saying,
not,
like,
who cares? If she want to put out country music because now she like country music, or just because she's like, I want to try something different.
whatever she wants.
Crossovers
Everybody can do whatever
typically
they
don't
want,
work,
but
though.
I'm not
When
gonna
you
like
think
it.
about history,
There you go. That's all you gotta say. I just don't like it.
crossovers typically
But don't
work,
tell
though.
somebody you can't do that. You need to stay in this lane because you're not supposed to be in this
But that's
lane.
people though.
Exactly. It's very much people, but it's just
I don't like it.
People be quick to say somebody go and work on themselves and now they're a better person for everybody, for themselves, for everybody. People quick to say, oh, you done switched up.
yeah, and it's like
That's just
you
people.
can't put somebody in one category and then say you can only stay in this category. When you start to venture out of this category, now
Crossovers
you're
just don't work
being
typically.
you're being fraud, or you're trying to imitate
Tina
somebody
Turner.
else, or
Her
you're
crossover
Yeah, but I agree with everything that you're saying. I agree with that.
and she
No,
said
I-
and
and
that's
she
when you
said
say,
what she said.
I just don't like it.
I just
And
don't like it.
and that's when I say I can agree with that.
Yeah.
Because there are certain things
This
that other
is
people
where
put out that I'm
agreeing
like,
to disagreeing
Yeah.
is your friend.
Yeah.
This is where you grow, people. This is where you do the work.
Cause like,
I keep
Cause,
it on the table.
Ariana Grande is like your biggest thing, and there's only a couple songs from Ariana Grande that I actually like. Same
See, I'm
same
so
thing.
versatile.
You can jam with anything.
You're deal with it.
Which I mean, when I went with you to the Ariana Grande concert, I still had a great time. A lot of her songs I still knew and I still liked them. But I feel like it's the same thing with Chris Brown's album 11:11.
Yeah.
That's not her thing.
Yeah,
Me,
no.
I could play the whole album. I'm not changing
But
the song.
do you? Okay, that is a great example. Do you see that Chris Brown's new album is it still sounds like Chris Brown from the very beginning. It is still him. It's
All
more
of
of
his
a
songs
slower
sound the same.
R&B album,
Mhm.
but the sound is the same.
All of
Chris
it's the
Brown's not
same.
gonna come out with a freaking country album. Isn't he from the South?
No, he's from
He's
Virginia.
from Virginia.
Other side.
I guess that's not the South.
No.
Okay. Anyway,
This is my thing. If he did, the way I'm thinking is I'm trying to be, what's the word?
open-minded.
Oh yes, I'm a very
You working on
open-minded person.
yourself,
I am a very
yeah.
open-minded person. I
Why?
love to look at everybody's side of the story because I feel like your reaction to something can also be true. My reaction to something can also be true. It's the way I
from
feel in the
perspective.
moment.
It's all about
So that's
perspective.
totally
this
okay.
whole episode.
And so that's why I
Perceptions.
feel
We're changing the
like,
name from controversial topics to perceptions of these topics.
so that's why I feel like even if Chris Brown wanted to come out with a country album, that's okay.
No, it's not.
If
Don't you fucking do it, Christopher.
if
I swear to God.
if he comes out with a country album, great. I may not like it only because I'm not a country
None of us will like it.
music
I hope you're
person.
here, you guys.
But if he did that, I'd be like, okay, great. He tried something new. I may not like it. Maybe it's somebody else's cup of tea. I'll wait. I'll wait for him to go back to the stuff that I like. But I can't ever say that I'll be like, Chris Brown, you better stay in your lane because this is not your music. Don't you dare go over to somebody else's kind of music. And
Do you remember when
I
Chris Brown
cannot.
tried to rap? Because I do.
He is a rapper.
Whoa! Chris Brown is not a rapper!
Christopher is
R&B.
No.
live. Have you ever heard him rap like battle like?
Snoop Dogg is a rapper.
No.
He is not a singer. He's a rapper.
right,
Chris Brown is a
Snoop,
singer,
Snoop
not a
Dogg
rapper.
does not sing. I've never heard him sing.
So, because if he
So
could
you
sing,
can-
he would be a
But
singer
Chris
and a
Brown
rapper.
majority sings.
But he can't.
What?
He is a rapper.
Hold on,
No.
let me.
He has like whole albums where he's rapping.
Let me pull out some.
Okay, so what is Drake? Is Drake a rapper or a singer?
I don't know. I don't like him.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jesus.
But I would consider Drake a rapper.
Rapping is when you're just saying words. You're not singing it.
Yes, I know.
He has plenty of songs.
He has plenty of
where
songs where he's just saying.
Where he just raps.
that is
Where he
Yes,
just
he has-
raps. Where it's not just a
He-
verse. The whole song he raps.
He has
No.
a few like that, yes, but he incorporates both of them. But I would say, whatchamacallit, that went platinum and all of that, diamond and all that, with freaking Lil
Indigo?
Wayne. No, the Lil Wayne song, Yellow, Bottle Chin, Yellow, Bottle
That's a
Sipping.
rap.
That's
Yeah.
rapping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he rapped
that's
in
a-
that song.
But he
I
has
agree.
plenty of songs like
He has
that.
plenty of songs that are similar
He
to
did
that. Where
a
he's
verse. That is not. I would not consider him a rapper because he rapped one verse.
That's
And
his song.
That's his song. He never
That's
sang
his
in it.
song.
He didn't sing
He
any of
rapped the
that.
whole song.
That's his song.
And he
Busta
rapped
Rhymes
one
featured on
verse multiple times. I don't know. I don't consider him a rapper.
But he has more songs as a rapper than half of these rappers out here.
a lot of his
And
music is
not
R&B and rap,
Not only that,
for
in
sure.
rap battles, he's annihilating people. Annihilating people.
Chris Brown?
Yeah. Where have you been? What rock have you been living under?
But she don't
I
listen
didn't
to
know
all
he
of
did
his
rap
music.
battles.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is from a music connoisseur. Let me back out of the
I
conversation.
guess I didn't
Yeah.
know that Chris Brown rapped like
Ciphers. They're called
Yes.
ciphers. When they do ciphers and him
So
doing
like
ciphers,
on BET, they did a whole
Like a cipher.
cipher on the award show, and
Okay.
he did his whole spiel, and it was honestly my favorite.
killed
But not
it.
all
He
of
killed
them.
it.
He
Okay.
definitely spits
I
bars.
still wouldn't consider
but-
him a rapper as a whole.
Yeah, I would
Just because
say
he can
R&B
rap.
and rap.
He's a songwriter. Of course, he can spit lyrics out. But
Off the top of the dome, though, that's a gift.
yeah, no, it is a gift.
No,
but I wouldn't
most
consider him a
rappers
rapper.
today
So you
can't
just
do
consider
that.
him R&B.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Like somebody I would not consider a rapper would be Usher.
No, he's not a rapper either. Absolutely
R&B.
not. He is R&B. He is a singer.
But Chris Brown's doing way more in
Both genres.
both genres, so that's why I say R&B.
He's a
rap.
hip hop artist, so like he does both.
But hip hop is rap.
No, it's not just rap though.
No, hip hop is rap.
It's just rap.
Yes.
In your opinion?
No, in
I would say hip hop includes
hip hop.
other genre.
Hip hop is rap.
Hip hop is like the upper, like the big
Echelon.
category, and then it has sub. So that's when you can like add in like rap. You can add in
That's what I was saying.
R&B belongs nowhere near.
not R&B. This is the other word.
No,
that
I
I'm
would
thinking
consider
of.
you be if there's R&B without hip hop and then there's R&B with hip hop.
Those are two totally separate different things.
Hip hop is more of like what's that artist?
Hip hop and rap. I think that's what people don't realize. Hip hop and rap are two different things. Hip hop is like Slick Rick, Dougie Fresh. Like that's
there
the
we go.
start
That's-
of the
I'm like
movement.
thinking-
of
No,
what
I
hip-hop
agree,
was.
but I thought you
But
were
that's
saying
just-
rap is hip hop.
Rap and hip hop would be in the same subcategory. But R&B belongs nowhere over here.
Yeah, R&B is
R&B
more like
is totally different.
slow
Rhythm and blues
and-
does not belong with hip hop. Rhythm and blues goes more
That's
with
why I was saying
country
there's two
music
different types
than
of
it
R&B.
does.
That's why I was saying like, yeah, rhythm and blues R&B is over here.
Rhythm and blues is R&B. That's rhythm and blues. That's R&B.
No, I understand, but
You're saying they
There's
don't
like
go
a-
close to.
yeah, there's like
Hip-hop and
R&B that's not hip hop, and then there's R&B that is hip hop.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's
You're
considered
saying
more. That's when you go into
the
the more.
fusion
It's
of the two.
considered
Like
different
SZA.
genre, like pop.
I would consider her.
SZA's like
R&B.
R&B with hip hop in it.
I wouldn't say hip hop. Cause I don't really hear her like.
Don't
Hip hop
you
and
hate
rap are
me?
close to me. I don't
Come
know
on.
her
Doja Cat, I
stuff.
consider her a rapper. I do not consider her a singer.
Doja Cat.
She
Doja-
sings, but I would not
I
consider
would
her a
put
singer.
her closer to rap than I
Yeah,
would
like
closer
Drake.
to.
I would rap
closer to
than
hip-hop.
singing.
I would put her closer to rap. But
Yeah.
and I'm only basing it off of the songs that I know. I'm not a Doja Cat like
let's
super fan or anything like that. So I don't
any
know all the
artist
songs.
rap. It's hip hop. Then it's rap.
They're very close to each other.
No,
yeah.
it's the umbrella. Like
Yeah, like
hip-hop
usually you
started
hip-hop.
rap, which started mumble rap, which it's
Yeah.
all generated from it comes from
Mm-hmm.
hip. That's what hip hop is. It
Mhm.
branched out and they created these different things
subcategories.
in hip hop.
Yeah.
But hip hop, beatboxing, all of that
Yeah.
is considered the same tree, the same branch.
But yeah,
and then
when I
you
think
go
of her name,
underground.
I don't say like, oh yeah, that's the hip hop artist.
Nobody says
Doja
hip hop
Cat.
anymore.
That's what I'm
Except
saying.
for
So that's what I'm
unless it's a
saying.
word- because there is
The
no
rapper
more
Doja
hip hop.
Cat
They don't
or
rap
the-
like they did back in the day. That's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
like that's old.
Yeah.
That's like saying
That's why you
swing
don't
swing
say-
music or jazz or like Duke Ellington is no people don't rap or talk like that anymore.
Yeah,
So
they're
that's it
scatting.
started it. Yeah, it started something like jazz and R&B and blues, and those go in the same category. They're
Mhm.
all in the same boat. And then you got hip hop and beatboxing and mumble rap and like the different types of rapping. You got the ones who are poetic or try to be poetic, like Andre 3000 or 3 Sacks or J. Cole
Yeah, I was
or
gonna say J.
Kendrick
Cole.
Lamar. Or, you know, like
Oh.
speaking of J. Cole and Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole just dropped his album yesterday. Kendrick
I haven't
Lamar was
heard it.
Kendrick Lamar was throwing shots. He mentioned Drake and J. Cole in his song.
Uh-oh. I have
J. Cole came back with a whole EP, 12 songs.
Oh Lord.
Annihilated him in his song.
But see, I would think. So, do you consider Megan Thee Stallion? What do you consider her?
A rapper.
A Diddy Bopper.
A Diddy Bopper.
I didn't say it.
She was
I
good.
love rap.
But that's all. That's
She's
all.
a
No,
rapper.
but that's all in. That's all in the.
Cardi B.
Rapper.
They are
Way
rap.
better than
They
Megan
are.
Stallion.
They are rappers. Like they trying to make a subcategory now, like stripper bop or whatever. Like they're trying to make a sub. Like Jermaine Dupri was trying to say like this is now. It's like it's stripper anthem. It's like it's a different category. It's not just rap. Like some girls are rappers. Like who was a rapper that was a woman? Like the way MC Light, she wasn't rapping about sex and no, she was just a rapper. Roxanne, she was just a rapper. They wasn't talking about sex in my ass and shaking my ass and that shit didn't really start to like Lil' Kim. Foxy Brown. Like, they didn't start to like that area. But like Charlie Baltimore, Murder Inc. She ain't rapping about shaking ass. She might be rapping about robbing banks, but she ain't rapping about shaking ass. So it's like they're trying to make subcategories in like rap or hip hop, but they are rappers. But I'm trying to think of what the name of that genre, because it's like they're trying to create a lane just for like mulatto and Ice Spice and
I think stripper rap is a perfect name for that category.
stripper pop. That's what
Stripper pop. I love it. I love it. That's totally accurate, and that's exactly why I go to that music.
That's right.
I want to shake some ass.
Anything she say on here, she stand on business.
And
She
I would
stand
say
by
to their
it.
face.
She stand on business.
We should probably change the subject though, because I'm getting hot.
We see. I'm not even hard on the drink, cause damn. Shit.
Do you believe the statement "once a cheater, always a cheater"? Everybody say yes. No. Whoa. Wait. I thought you agreed with me. Wait. Hold on. Pause the tape.
Stop the tape. Stop the tape.
Yes and no. Damn it!
I thought we were halfway out.
Or that goes into the question of the same lines of that exact question you have. Is cheating a choice or is cheating a decision? I mean, like a mistake. No, is cheating a mistake or is cheating a choice?
Cheating is a choice.
No, cheating's always a choice.
Like, people like, I made a mistake.
No, it's a choice.
You made a decision.
You can't accidentally cheat on somebody.
You made a decision.
You made a decision. The moment you chose to.
Okay, all together in unison. Decision.
Yes.
Yeah. I that's not even
It is a decision.
You'd be like,
But you don't think once a cheater, always a
just
cheater.
made a mistake.
I think there's a yes and no. The only reason why I say that is because part of me wants to say
some people do make.
Some people choose to.
We're not perfect. We're not perfect human beings.
For me to label you as you're always going to continue to do this.
That's like saying once a dopehead, always a dopehead. Maybe they get clean.
Right. That's not completely true. I've been cheated on enough times to know that you've cheated on me once. I've seen you do it again. So now you've done it twice. So that makes me think you're going to continue to do this no matter how much we talk about it, no matter what my feelings are, no matter how many times you see me cry. You're still going to do this. This is just who you are. This is just
this is who you are.
What you're okay with doing.
I've seen a relationship. I've seen one relationship. I don't even know them personally. The people I follow on Instagram, Leanne B and Don Benjamin. They had come out with their famous like Instagram. Yeah. I love them. They're like a perfect couple. I think they're perfect for each other. But he cheated on her, and then they made a whole YouTube video about it and how she made the decision to get back together with him. It was a whole thing. Like, she put that out there, and they have been together for years now. That was many, many, many years ago. I've been following them.
Sometimes people make decisions and they make the wrong decision.
Exactly. I think it was just a mistake on his part. He realized his mistake, what he had, and he changed for the better. And they got married. They have a kid, and he has not done anything like that since that we know of.
Right.
Like, he is a perfect husband for her. I love them as a couple. I think they're fantastic. So that is a perfect example of once a cheater, not always a cheater.
Right.
So I shouldn't say that I 1000% agree with that, but if it was me, I don't care how many times you come begging back for me, you knocking on the door.
Yeah.
Baby, come back.
I'm so sorry, I
The
didn't
only
mean
reason
it.
why I
I
couldn't
would never
do
do it
it though
again.
is because that's going to stay in the back of my head, and now I'm never going to trust you at a 100%, no matter how much you
Never.
do.
Why would I want to stay in a relationship where I can never trust you 1000%? Ever.
Yeah.
Never.
That's
It will always linger. No matter how good you are to me, how much you love the Lord, it will always linger.
subconsciously that's going to
No matter how much you love
And maybe that says something about me. Like, maybe I just need to work on my forgiveness, and that's probably true.
Jesus.
But see,
Absolutely,
you can
but
still forgive somebody, but that'll still be in the back of your
It's
head.
like
It doesn't
forgive,
mean
don't
you
forget.
No, that's true.
So that's
true.
where it's like, I don't
Forgive,
want that
don't
to
forget.
affect how I treat you, how I look at our situations, how I choose to do something or not do something with you based off of what you did in the past. So that's why this statement, and I know somebody personally that they did cheat. They stayed married. They've been married for many, many years, older than me.
And it's never happened again.
Never happened again.
That's good for them. I'm telling you, I think that's the biggest form of betrayal. The biggest form of betrayal. I don't know how anybody really, like, I understand forgiving it, but like just taking it back and trying again. Like, I don't understand that. I don't
It's
think I
definitely
could do
something.
that.
Do you think
But I
it would be
did-
harder to pick up and move on, or to try and make it work? Which is harder?
Well, what I was going to add is, you know, when I was cheated on, I didn't have kids with that person. I was not married to that person.
You didn't live with that person?
I didn't live with that person. So all of those factors play a role on if, obviously, I'm going to
How
take you
easy
back.
it is to walk away.
Absolutely.
Like, to cut ties completely.
Absolutely.
It's hard to walk
Absolutely.
away, but do it.
You're gonna do it, please do
Because
it.
you're worth it.
Oh my God. And
It's
your kids will
hard.
be okay. They will be fine.
It's hard,
They'll be
but
just fine.
do it.
Yeah.
When you stay, it leads to way more complicated conversations. The way you feel when they leave the house, the way you feel when they're texting somebody. It just leads to so many other things that you're like, I don't think I can do this, because now I'm questioning every single thing that you're doing because I don't trust you. No matter how much you tell me,
Sorry.
I'm not doing this. I promise I'm doing the right thing. It's always going to be in the back of your mind. What is it that you're really doing? Because now I don't feel like you're telling me the truth.
Because you are.
And I would rather start over or be by myself than every day, everything that you're doing, when you go to work, when you come home.
But what if you do that and then he get with the next girl, he don't cheat on her, and she get your happily ever after because you...
That would have never been my happily ever after, because I always would have been thinking, what are you doing? And that's not happily ever after for me. Happily ever after I trust you.
Do you think that, or do you know that for sure? Like, if you could,
I know that for sure.
One thing that we
because
are
I
leaving,
tried to stay.
but that's different when somebody makes one mistake versus they keep doing the same thing. At this point, you don't give a fuck about me. Like, you just don't give a fuck.
But this is the thing. The very first time it happened in my previous marriage, the very first time it happened, it was an emotional cheating. It was it wasn't a I had sex with her. It was an emotional, we were just texting. It was never anything physical. I let it slide, and I was like, okay, you can't let this happen again, because obviously I want to save my marriage. But then happened again.
And it turned into more.
But also in between that time of when we said, okay, you're not going to talk to her anymore, which he did, he found somebody else. But in between that time of you finding somebody else and you said you're not going to do it again, every time you did something, I questioned it. What time do you have to be at work? Why are you going so early? Why are you texting somebody and I can't see your phone?
Well, I guess that also boils down to the person that you chose. That person was obviously not for you. Like, because a person who really loved you and wanted you to know that they changed and they would never do it again, they would have made the action to show you.
Correct.
I'm never going to do this. You don't even have to worry about it.
Correct.
You can have my phone every night. You can turn my location on. You can pop up on me at work. Whatever you need to do for me to show you that I'm sorry.
But I would have been doing that forever.
But I don't think you would have, because I think one thing people,
it's in the back of my mind.
listen, one thing people we haven't brought up in this situation is God. God
I was literally just going to say that. I was waiting for you guys to
God
finish
has the
speaking.
power to move anything. And if that's the man that God made for you, and he did he made a human error mistake, God has the power to change that.
That's true.
Now, I think God knows
he
who
can
you're
change
going
them.
to be
Absolutely.
with at the end. That's what I was going to say. Like, I felt like I was such a good girlfriend to my ex-boyfriend. I was very, very good to him. I supported him in everything that he did. And, you know, we just started fighting a lot. And I just wasn't around. I was at school and somebody else came along. And as far as I know, they're doing fantastic. And I feel like I don't look at it as, oh, but why couldn't he have done that for me? Why did he have to cheat on me? It's because that's not who God wanted me to be with. and it wasn't because of God that it happened the way it did. People
It was
make
because
their
I
own
decided
decisions.
to do. God told me to do this, and I said no. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and He said, "Okay,
Exactly.
go ahead."
Because of God's free will, He went and did it however He wanted to do it, which was the worst way to do it to somebody. And I got the better end of the stick, actually, and got the man that I was supposed to be with, that I tried to fly away from anyway from the beginning before I got with my ex-boyfriend. So, you know, that's how I look at it. I look at it as God was pulling me in a different direction, not
Miracle
him.
signs and wonders, God Morrison.
Yes.
He deals in miracle signs and wonders.
But I agree with you. That would have always been in the back of my head, and that's why I could never
mind.
take
Too,
it
it
back.
wasn't. That's like when somebody passes away suddenly, and it's like close to them, and you're like, I'm never gonna ever feel different. I'm never. Time heals all wounds.
Right, and
It
you don't
will
know how
heal
strong you are. Maybe you would be stronger, and you could overcome it. Some people do overcome it. Look at
Because at
at
what point does it become no longer that person's doing what they did, and now they made a human mistake, which we all do, no matter whatever your human mistake is. They made a mistake, and they're working hard to fix it. At what point does it become your fault for not being willing to do the work? Whether it's go to therapy, whether it's go to change that.
Yeah. I don't have.
You're that set in your ways that you're just gonna be stuck in that forever.
Yeah.
Not saying that you shouldn't leave or that you can't. In my opinion, half the time it's better to be by yourself, anyways. Baby, it's better to be by yourself and not deal with the bullshit.
The only thing I'm thinking of is, I can forgive you. We can move past it.
But
I was
forget.
willing to work on it. That's the thing. I'm never gonna forget that. And so that means subconsciously that's always gonna be in the back of my mind. No matter if I say I want to, I'm trusting him now. He's doing great. Things are great. It's still in the back of my mind, which means when something feels off to me,
you can either let that fuel your marriage or you can let it tear your marriage apart.
Correct, but that's why I'm saying I can't stay. Because that's not happiness to me.
You have to go.
That's not happiness to me, to always have to. The minute I feel like something's off, and it could just be, there was just traffic.
But then at what
Your
point
phone
do you
died.
What point do you work through marital issues then? Because that's a marital issue.
It is, and that's what I'm saying. I went to counseling
to constantly prove to her
for the rest of his life.
You would have to work just as hard to get her trust back. As hard as she is trying to not think about that.
She's saying he'll never ever get it back. Like she'll never.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I can trust you. That doesn't mean it doesn't come back into my mind. And I'm thinking the minute something's off, I immediately think of that. I don't want to think about that at all. I want to be in a relationship where I'm not thinking about something that you've done and it play in the back of my mind, even though you've shown me, you've proven that you've moved on, you've proven that you've done great.
One of his repercussions that now he has to love on that part of you for the rest of time if you choose to stay with him. Because it is always going to be lingering in the back of your mind. So he has to work double time, and he will always have to do that.
And even if, let's say, even if he doesn't work double time, he just works, like doing a regular relationship.
No, he would always have to. No, that's a repercussion that he.
But see, I don't want to hold somebody into.
That's what that's
no, but it will come to that. There will be times where you will be arguing, and it just comes out, or you just argue about that more than anything else. Because that did happen, he has to deal with that. He has to.
That was something of his past, yes, but that's something that I'm not a person that I'm always gonna bring that up. Like once I feel
I don't think
God's work done.
You shouldn't hold it
At
over
that
his
point,
head.
it's totally
Correct. And that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be in a relationship where at any point you do something that's even a thought in my mind is, okay, we might be back at this place, or
so then it's his job as your husband to reassure
That's
you
what
that
I'm
it's
saying.
not.
That's what I'm saying.
I get exactly. I agree with you.
and that's what I'm saying. That's not.
But no, but
No.
constant reassuring. It goes toe and toe because it's like I don't want to deal with that for the rest of my life. But at some point, no matter what it is, you're going to have to face that in your marriage until you deal with it. Otherwise, you just don't want to ever be married.
Yeah.
Because no two people are ever gonna. You're never gonna get your 100% perfect person. So whatever that is,
Correct.
Whatever that is or whatever that looks like, there's going to be a issue, whether it's cheating or something else that will always be monumental until you figure out within yourself how to heal that part of you, how to fix that part of you, how to not let other people affect your internal where God dwells the way they do.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't affect me if I've forgiven them.
Mm-hmm.
But you're willing to let a great relationship go for the sake of that and just be by yourself?
I'm not saying that either. What I'm saying
Depends
is,
on the situation. If you have kids with them, like
I'm trying to.
It depends on what they did. That's what it really boiled down.
How do I explain this to make it? I'm saying I can be in a relationship with somebody, even my own, past marriage. I was willing to stay and work on things, but I knew even if I did stay, what that came with, meaning we could be doing great. Everything could be just fine. I could have forgiven this person and we could have been moving on and, just your regular relationship problems happen. But the thought of that being in the back of my mind doesn't mean that's never going to go away. So I don't feel like I can receive or be my full happiness in a relationship knowing that there was something like this that happened, and you've even proved to me that it's never going to happen again, or we're fine and you've worked on yourself, blah, blah, blah. It's still in the back of my mind that at some point you have betrayed my trust.
But I think
everybody does
Maya's saying
your
is
parents,
that
everybody betrays your trust at some point.
30 years later, if
perfect.
he hasn't done anything to betray that trust again,
if that comes back up, maybe if it comes back up in the back of your mind, that's something you need to work out within yourself and not put on him. Because at that point, I'm not saying that you would want to, but I'm saying the fact that that's at the detriment of wanting to make your relationship work or picking, or just for the sake of picking your battles. In your relationship,
I don't think it would be
like working, because that's something that you don't want to let settle, because it's nothing but the enemy. So it's what?
That's what I'm saying.
How do I work?
Right. It's just because the fact that it's a thought. I don't want it to be a thought.
Yeah.
I don't want to be in a relationship where it's even a thought. Even if I say, I know this is like we're.
That's every relationship though.
I think it's just, I'm not explaining it the way I'm gonna explain.
I think it just stems from you just not wanting to do it in the first place, and you don't feel like it will go away anytime soon, so you don't have the patience for it, because that's how I feel within myself. I would not have the patience to try to even listen to why you even cheated, or your excuse, or all of your apologies. I don't feel like at that point I would want to work it out. But also it depends on my marriage, kids, the situation, whatever. But maybe what you're saying is the amount of time it would take for it to not be a thought.
For it to heal.
That's not even what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I don't know how to explain.
You don't know how to articulate it?
It's kind of what I can equate it to is like, when you lose a family member. Like, they're not always on your mind.
But you miss them?
But that thought comes up and you're like, oh, I miss that person.
But I figured
and then
out
it goes away, and then you're like, okay, I can continue on with life.
But I figured out
it comes
to turn that pain into joy.
But you don't want, that's different in my opinion, because you don't want to ever forget them, so you never will. You will want to forget about the cheating.
Not necessarily.
I feel like you would want to. After time builds it, I feel like it will just not pop up anymore. You just won't think about it. Oh, yeah, you didn't you? 40 years ago, she told me that one girl. I haven't thought about that in a long time. If
I would hate for that to be a memory.
I hate a lot of things. I hate the way this world is, but hell, shit.
Yeah. I guess I'd rather be in a relationship where something like that is not a memory.
We all would.
Yeah.
Everybody would.
That's all
everybody on the face of the planet would want that.
Yeah.
Everybody. There's not a person walking this earth like, oh, cheat on me.
No, of course not.
Or I want to house that in their
yeah.
spirit.
Just because I've got too much that went along with that. So.
But that's also a thing.
That's a me thing.
You've been through something that going through what you went through and going through the whole divorce and being a single mom, and as of now in your 30s, because that's what this show is about, being in your 30s.
Mm-hmm.
As of now in her 30s, that's a non-negotiable for her, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
She's just not doing it.
Not doing it.
She's not doing it. And that's
memory.
Nope.
I think I kind of understand what you're saying now.
I don't
From
want
where
that
you
memory.
are,
Yeah.
from where you are in your life and the things that you've been through and the things that you've gone through, that is not something that I'm willing
not
to
banging
even.
on it. In my 20s, when I was married, I
Before
was willing to
all
work
the-
through absolutely any
Go through
freaking
hell,
thing.
high water.
I was willing to go to therapy, counseling.
I got you.
I was
baby.
gonna be a stepmom to a, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was willing to
do
do
the
it
work.
all.
That's
In my 30s, I'm not. I don't want that
And your
memory
30s
at all.
with your life journey and where life is taking you
I'm not
to
doing
go
it.
back that way after you've already
You couldn't
worked
pay me
so
enough.
hard to come back up.
You could say I'd never have to pay for anything ever again in life. That anything I wanted
Look,
was free.
I don't know.
You couldn't pay me enough.
Yeah.
You could say I could buy anything I wanted in the world for the rest of my life. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
You wanna
You
know what
could
I'm gonna
never
do?
pay me
I'm just
enough.
gonna
So
stack my money on the side. Look at this thing. I'm gonna leave you.
You could never pay me enough money. No, it's not worth it.
I didn't put myself in your shoes.
Because, girl, I'm not fucking doing
I'm
it.
sorry.
But see, I didn't go through all of that, and I
Fucking-
still don't know if I
Girl,
could
I
ever-
pray to God.
You
Oh, I
never.
know. I know. I can't imagine. I
Oh,
literally can't
my
imagine.
God.
But let's change it to something a little bit lighter.
I got some fun ones.
Just
I got some fun ones.
Like
we gotta wrap it up.
pineapple on pizza. I'm not doing it.
there's a straw hat.
I always said I wasn't doing it, and then I had it with jalapenos, and now I will do it. And it has to be thin crust.
She will do it.
I've tasted
It
it.
has
I'm
to
just
be
not a
spicy.
I'll
That's
eat
Mama's
pineapple by
favorite.
itself,
She
but
I
loves
don't like pizza at all, really, but I did try a thin crust with pepperoni, pineapple, and jalapenos, and that was really good. And the pineapple wasn't like, it was really just the texture of the pineapple. It really didn't have a huge pineapple flavor.
Pineapple cooked is sweet.
I'm still
Like
stuck.
at Tucanos.
We
You
gotta
like
back
that
up.
Tucanos
What?
pepperoni? I mean pepperoni.
I'm still stuck.
Where you stuck
If
in
y'all
that?
can't see, I'm stuck.
Her stuck.
She just said she don't.
If it,
Pizza not really.
No, I don't like pizza.
Oh.
you know she hate pizza and we always
Yeah.
eat it. Elijah always be
And I will eat it too, but I don't. It's not my favorite.
It be her
I don't
husband.
like
It be her husband. He be quick to go, baby, get
Dude,
pizza.
Always.
Baby, get pizza.
He loves
Now we can
pizza.
use that same money and make taco ingredients. You know she like tacos.
You know she like
I could eat
tacos.
tacos every day, just like he could eat pizza. I just can't eat pizza.
And the funny thing is, never mind.
Oh no. Oh, yeah. Right.
Pizza, like bro, what?
Okay, my question is totally off topic. We don't have to spend too long on it, but I just really wanted to ask, do you think that a skinny person, somebody that is skinny in today's society, would be deemed skinny, flat stomach, skinny
Like
person? Do you think that their mistreatment, somebody calling them skinny, telling them to eat a burger, is at the same equivalent
Yeah.
to somebody
Sorry.
that is really thick or fat in today's society, where somebody would look at you and call you fat, being called fat, making comments about them eating a burger, whatever, do you think that is at the same level of
No.
mistreatment?
Absolutely not.
I think hurt is hurt.
Hurt is hurt, but
No, it's not the same level though.
it's definitely not.
In my opinion, it's not the
equal.
same level.
It's not equal.
No, and I'm all for, like, I understand your insecurities. Everybody has insecurities, and it may really hurt you, and it brings down your self-esteem, and you have body dysmorphia. I believe that skinny people can have that, and their feelings are real and valid. But I don't think they will ever understand the feelings of what it's like to not have clothes fit you, to not fit in an airplane seat, to not fit in a roller coaster,
Mm.
to
Have to get
have
out.
people just
On the
look
Mr.
at you
Freeze.
because you're eating a chicken nugget versus that skinny person eating a chicken nugget. It's different.
Absolutely.
It will always be different, in my opinion.
And health-wise, you go to a doctor and they tell you everything that's wrong.
You're
with you is
immediately
because you're
obese.
fat.
It's because you're fat.
No matter what's going on with you,
Mhm.
you be like, oh, my knee's hurting. It's because you're fat.
It's because you're fat. Yeah.
Oh,
Have you
my throat
considered
hurts. It's 'cause you're
exercise?
fat.
They would
working
never
out?
look at a skinny person and say, have you considered exercise?
When
Never.
I ask them, do they?
It's very rare.
No.
I
And
just
majority
don't
of the
think
time, if
it's the
somebody is super skinny, if anything, somebody's wanting to show care. They're wanting to say, "Oh my God, are you okay?" Like maybe
my God, here's
maybe
a
there's a
cheese.
maybe there's a
Yeah.
disease. If anything, it's a oh God, there may be something wrong with them. It's a care,
Mhm.
not for a fat person. You could be fat and there be a disease that's
Mhm.
making you be fat,
Mhm.
but nobody's ever discussing that. It's never an option.
They think
It's
you eat too
because
much.
you eat too much.
It's 'cause you eat
There
too
are
much.
people who don't eat a lot and are still fat.
Mhm.
There are people who work out and are still fat.
Mhm.
So that shame of you need to not eat as much. Bitch, you don't know my life.
Right.
Hello.
Right.
Hello.
And just to be clear, that's not to like downgrade their insecurities. Like I completely understand that, but you just wouldn't be looked at in the same light, in my opinion.
I thought she was finna make a fan and put.
It's because I'm
She need to
stressed.
touch- she
I'm
need to touch
stressed,
stuff.
so I'm just.
Because there's all these topics, baby. This is not her wheelhouse.
Yeah,
She's like, we
no,
going
I'm
too deep into
stressed
shit.
out. But I want you to ask your question, and you ask your question, and then we can wrap it up because this is a lot.
Do you all agree that like imitation, like somebody imitating someone, is the best form of flattery?
No.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't like it when people copy you?
No, pisses
She
me
hates.
off.
She hates it. Oh my God,
Pisses me
you
off
know
ever since I
what?
was a kid.
She hates it.
So
She
if
was
I
a
liked
girl.
how your hair looked and I went and did that to my hair, you'd be upset about it?
That would irritate the hell out of me.
Damn, she can't get the hairstyle.
Oh, it would irritate the hell out of me. I'm gonna
Wait.
give you a story. I was probably 11, and at one of my old churches that we went to, we were in the dance ministry, and one of our dances, the outfits that we were wearing were jeans that we all got to decorate however we wanted to decorate them. I'm sitting at the table and I'm decorating my jeans, and I'm like, I've planned this all out, so I'm sitting there. We all went and did it together, so it was like an activity for our dance ministry. I'm sitting there and I'm putting these things on my jeans, and I'm like, I'm gonna put this here, put that here, and I'm like all excited. I'm like, these jeans are gonna look so fucking cute. The girl next to me starts using the exact same shit, putting it in the exact same spot, using the exact same font of words, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to lose my shit. I'm like,
Maybe she didn't know
so
what to do.
I'm like, maybe she's not exactly copying me. Like maybe she had like her own thing. So I was like, I'm gonna like move a few things around, take a few things out.
And she did the exact same.
Did the exact same thing. When I tell you, I lost
That
my
makes
mind.
sense. That would bother me if
Oh,
you
I
didn't
lost
get
my
your spotlight with that thing.
But I think I would have been different. Because what I would have did was I would have helped her figure. Obviously, she doesn't know what to do. So in my mind, I'm like, let me help her figure out her style, and let's do hers
And
first.
see, Mom
Look,
was
but I'm
kinda
still a
telling
little,
me to say
but I'm
the
still
same
a
thing.
little petty because I'm like, let's do yours first, so yours is finished.
Yeah.
So I can do mine totally different.
See, I said,
But let me help
But see,
you.
I
so,
wouldn't
but
have
see, that's the
offered.
thing. So you don't like somebody imitating you.
I don't care if you do. We can be twins. Me and my mama wear the same stuff all day, all the time.
I think
That's
it is the
different if
best
like,
form
okay,
of
me
fun.
and
I
my
do
mom
too.
wearing the same thing. We'd be like, oh, we're cute twins together. Like me and my mom. Like we're talking about wearing the same outfit.
But I
like-
think it's after I get my spotlight in it.
Right, so you don't want to be imitated at the same time with somebody else.
No, I would be upset if I like told you, hey, I really want to do this, I really like this. Oh, I have this great idea to do this, and then you go and do it before I do. That would
We
upset
fight.
me. I would not consider that flattery at all. But if I wore an outfit and I was so proud of this outfit, I got my pictures, I posted them, I looked good, I felt good, I was so proud of it, and then somebody went and wore that outfit after me, I would have been like,
Aw, she thought I was cute. Now yours,
See, now what
I'd
if
have been
people?
mad.
What if people didn't know that you wore it first?
So what you
And now
say?
this person is getting all
Timestamp.
that. They'd be like, "Oh my god,
She
love your
hurt.
style." You'd be
You
like,
think
"No,
she'll be
bitch,
like,
that's my style
Jimmy
that
Early?
she just took from me."
It don't matter because I'm gonna come up with something harder
It don't
next.
bother me, yeah.
The next thing I do is gonna be even bigger, so it don't even matter.
Leave my shit alone.
So
I
I
also
feel
feel
like
like
the
that's-
girl.
I feel like that's
I was
a-
mad. I didn't say anything to her.
You just
I
mad
went
the
and
whole
told.
dance.
I went and told mom, and mom was like, "She just really likes you.
Yeah.
She wants." I'm like, "Mom,
So
I
you-
want my jeans to be the dopest ones because I know what I'm doing right here is dope as fuck." And she's trying to take that from me, and now so I'm just like, "No, I don't."
It's hard to wrap your
no.
mind around.
I got a
sometimes,
question for
especially the younger
this for this one over here.
What I do?
She said she don't like when people imitate her. Imitation is not the best form of flattery. So
I'll be
every
flattered
time,
if you just tell me like you look dope as fuck and leave it at that.
so every time you order something and I order the exact same thing, you don't like it?
That's food. I'm not. If somebody's like, I'm gonna get my burger
It was-
with nuts.
It was me being petty, but it's this. That's why I can understand how that girl felt. Because sometimes I'm like, well, shit, I don't know. Just give me what you got. Like I don't know.
Food
Like
wise, no.
Okay, last question, but the most controversial probably.
Definitely controversial.
I'm scared.
You should be.
Let me take a sip.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm not as scared as y'all.
That'll be love.
Yeah, I'm
I think it affects you guys way more than it affects my personal life.
Well, what we're talking about is the use of the N-word.
And you know what N-word we're talking about.
Can
Ninja.
other races use it? Can
Nunchucks.
people besides black people use that word?
Hell to the no. To the no.
Absolutely not.
If you got black in you, you can say it. If you don't say it.
I think I've said it singing the
Like
song,
Dominican,
and
like if you're
hate it
Dominican,
every time.
you got black in you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm the closest thing to black, but I don't see the reason for anybody to use that word, but I know it's a cultural thing, and
It's like
it
the
is
word
in people's.
bitch.
Yeah, it's like in
Out
people's
of the vocabulary.
like whatever.
Take them all out. Don't use none of them.
There's no need for me to use it, so I never use it unless I am singing a song. But even then, I just naturally just. Because there's no need for me to say it. I don't. It doesn't give
It's not a
me
necessity.
more power to say it in the song.
I
I was
think that's
listening to Freaky Friday
I
by
think
Chris
that's what
Brown.
people think.
He's like, I'm not beep 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 beep.
Like people think
And-
it's a power thing. It's really not. Like, okay, black people always say yes, us taking the word back or taking our power back, but it's not. It saying
I think white people feel power. by saying it.
N-I-G exactly. That's the thing.
Not
I think
because
saying N-I-G-G-R versus saying N-I-G-G-A. I'm sorry,
There is
N-I-G-G-E-R
a difference.
versus saying N-I-G-G-A.
There's a difference.
There's two.
There's a
There's
difference.
Yes, but I don't think
But
white
I will
people should
also
say
say-
A either.
They shouldn't say it either way.
Mm-mm.
But a lot of people,
depending on who they are.
a lot of people who
That's their
Some
prerogative.
people
want to
Some
say the
people.
word
I guess I was one of them.
makes them feel like because it's something that people say you can't do. A lot of people want to rebel
Yeah.
against things that
Oh,
they're
yeah.
like, you can't tell me what I can and cannot say.
Or some people
So
believe
I
it
just
doesn't
wanna
have the
say
same
it.
connotation. And it does.
But definitely, if you say an ER has a different effect than saying the
That's
A
the
on
same.
the
That's
end.
almost the same as calling a man equivalent because that's the thing. Yike people, I'm gonna say yike, you know, the capital Y, capital T. Yike people have come up with alternatives to saying that. Like they still say stuff that they used to say back then, like calling another grown man boy,
Mm-hmm.
a boy. That's equivalent to calling him
Oh yeah.
that. If you've
Yeah.
ever seen
Mhm.
somebody
Mm-hmm.
of the Caucasian descent call another
Man.
black man boy,
Mhm.
it's over. It's a wrap. We got a problem.
Yeah.
Because I was
Or gal. No.
from back in the day.
We got a
Where
problem.
that stemmed from because the way that they were saying it, it was a negative impact on that word.
You trying to
Where
slum me?
obviously boy is just
Boy.
boy or man,
No.
girl or boy, women or men.
A boy.
But
A
back
girl.
then,
That's how you
A white
say
person didn't say that to another white person when they said boy.
it. Yeah, no.
It didn't happen that way.
Unless they were literally talking to like a
younger-
7-year-old.
Yeah, like
Or
you
a
were talking to
70.
right, but when you were talking to a grown man and you said that, you were saying it to be ignorant.
Mm.
So,
Which is, and the irony of it is that's really the definition of nigger in the dictionary before they changed it in Webster's dictionary. The word nigger just meant an ignorant person. There was no color attached to it. It was just an ignorant person who did not know anything, and it was not what it is today.
right.
It meant somebody who was ignorant, somebody who did things that were foul, somebody who, that was the definition of nigger. They changed it. That's when all hell broke loose.
That's legit.
I just don't think you should say it at all. And you shouldn't feel like you have the right to say it just because it's in music. No.
Correct.
No, that does not give you the right to shout it from the rooftops and get comfortable saying no. No.
Don't you say it!
Don't do, oh, it's just in the song. No. That
Just
doesn't
sing
give
this
you the
fist in your
right.
mouth.
No.
No, because that word offends a whole group of people
It's so disrespectful.
that we can't choose to be that. Like, I didn't get to choose before I came down from heaven. I'm choosing to be black. I was born black.
When I
So I
descended from the heavens.
I feel like it's different than, the words that other people just make up. Like, when you make up something, you're like, okay, well, you just made that up. And, that person that's subject to what you want to call that person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just feel like it's
So don't
It's
say it.
subjective.
Don't say it.
subjective to.
And we be alright. We be
A
alright.
specific group of people.
Yeah.
That's all. Have a great day.
It's just a good idea to just not do it.
Don't do it.
Because we don't want you to get your ass beat around here.
That part.
We just don't want it, you know?
We don't want to hand out no ass whoopings.
Man, I'm sweating.
I am too.
Yes, for sure. This is definitely controversial.
There's a lot of
I'm on
you guys.
second class.
I know what not to do around y'all anymore.
What?
Not talk about Beyonce. She ain't gonna never bring that shit up ever again. She don't ever want to talk about that.
Not be on your bad side because you gonna throw some scissors at me.
Beyonce gay. That was just boys. That's boys.
That was just boys. That was just boys.
I can fight girls. Boys, I know you're stronger than me.
I would never want to be in a fight with her.
No, that's
Ever.
Why not?
No.
First of all, why would we ever be in a fight?
That's true. That would never happen. But I'm just saying, if I was
We
like a
would
regular
never
person,
be in a fight.
I'd be like, I don't want
I
no.
I don't know. When I was raised, ain't no rules in fighting.
Exactly. That's
And
why
you
I'm
better
saying
get the first lick, because my grandma always said it might only be one lick to the fight. If you don't get that first one, your ass is liable to be in the dust.
Meanwhile, I'm all.
That's okay. You win some, you lose some. But
I lose
you live.
all.
You live to fight another day. That's Friday.
Can't
That's
do it.
what Greg Diddy told him.
Can't do it.
Son, you win some, you lose some. Or get knocked out like your father used to.
All right, and that wraps up our controversial topics episode. And I mean,
Part 2 is
It
almost even better
is.
than part 1.
it
Yeah,
is what
it's
it
true.
is at this point.
It got very steamy and spicy up in here, okay?
Agreed.
Controversy was controversy.
I'm
Disagree.
sweating.
Agree to disagree.
That's what it really
That's
boils
what it
down
is.
to. Be your own
Agree.
person and
Yeah.
have your
Disagree.
opinion and
Yeah.
don't condemn other people for having theirs.
Yeah. We still love each other.
Okay?
Absolutely. There's nothing but love at this table.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, you guys have got to let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Give us your, thoughts on each one.
But be
that we
nice, like I
said.
said before. Be nice, please.
Please.
Don't
Please
forget.
be nice to my best friend.
Please be
I'm
nice.
crying.
Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We post behind the scenes of our episodes and they get awesome. So you guys don't want to miss that. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the Drip Drive podcast. We want to grow our platform and you guys are the ones to do it.
And we appreciate you for that.
Yes.
Yes.
Especially our loyal watchers.
Yes.
Our loyal followers.
We see you. We see you.
Yes.
We salute you.
Absolutely. So don't
It would
forget
be
we
nothing
post
without
new
you.
episodes every single Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Be on the lookout. And we'll see you guys in our next episode. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.